Hello, welcome to another circuit tutorial video. I am Code Console, and today I'm going to show you how to make a shooting gallery. So you can choose what you want, but I'm going to use glass bottles. I'm going to make them breakable. Alright, so I have 5 glass bottles here, and I'm going to add trigger zones to all of them. You can find trigger zones in gadgets, and under other gadgets, on the second page as of Monday, March 16th, trigger volume. Now it will just spawn as a cube, but you can manipulate this trigger zone so it can be smaller. And before you add all of your trigger zones, you want to turn on respawn by configuring these glass bottles. For me, I'm going to set it to 1 second. And now, this trigger zone will only detect players. And you can also filter it by any role. And so what we want to do, we want to set objects. Tracks all props and non-decoration objects. Enter and exit outputs object IDs. So, if you want when any object exits the zone, you can just keep this filter by tag empty. If you want our trigger zone to only detect a glass bottle, we want to do glass bottle. Or any tag that these will have. So we can add like the tag of A, and we can add this to the tag of A, this little trigger zone to the tag of A. We can make it so that it will only detect objects with the tag of A. And now, once you're done with that, you can just clone it. Make sure that this is in the zone of the glass bottles. Now we have 5 trigger zones for each of our glass bottles. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the exit arrows. So the first one is when entering zone. When it enters the zone, this will output the object ID of the object that goes into it with the tag. The total currently in zone is how many objects with the tag are in the zone, and when exiting zone is when the object in the zone goes out of it. So what we're going to do, we want to get a Boolean chip because, as I said earlier, this outputs object IDs. And object IDs are like 5,000, 120, 100,000, stuff like that. So we want a Boolean chip, and we gotta set it to OR. So if any of these goes down, it will output a 1. So we want to get a combinator. And we want to get a sign or text gadget. Scale it a little bit large. So we're going to do curly bracket R, curly bracket, bottles, shot. Now it says 0 bottles shot because there's nothing attached to this variable. So now it's attached, and we're going to add a cool little color to it. Alright, so I added a cool little color to my text gadget, and now I need a weapon. To find weapons, you can just go on the props and filter to weapons. And you have 4 pages of weapons to choose through. For this, we're going to use a paintball scope rifle. You can spawn in different guns and make sure to set them so it has 1 second respawn. And I'm going to turn off that it has highlight beacon. So it doesn't have a highlight beacon. When you pick it up, you can shoot it. I shot a bottle. I shot another bottle. Shot another one. Alright, so I've shot 4 bottles, and let's add a way to reset it. So what you want to do, let's say you want to add a different little thingy here. Let's add a plate. Plates are breakable. Now I'm going to clone this trigger zone that has a glass bottle on it, and I'm going to name it whatever this is. So that's plate. Plate. So when this plate with 1 second respawn exits the zone, it will reset this combinator. So here we go. Now it's at 0. Now it's at 0 again. You can make your plate a cool color so that players can know that it resets. So let's make our plate a nice little red, just so that players know that you can reset the signal with it. And to prevent cheating with players, so players don't come up and knock it over, because it counts. What you want to do, you want to get an invisible collision on the first page in gadgets, on other gadgets. You want to spawn it in. Now, we will discuss the invisible barrier gadget in another video. And we're going to manipulate it here. And we're going to make it so that only players can go through it. So we're going to turn off collide with objects. Now I can shoot freely through it. It's pretty fun. I turned off gadget visibility and this looks a little bit neater. Professional. So, with our final little gadget today, we're going to add some more weapons. That's all we're going to do. You already did your gadget. Now we're just going to add weapons. Alright, so I have a laser pistol here, and I'm going to boom, 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 boom. There. Get creative with your gun selection and add a paint thrower. And now I have a nice little shooting gallery that you can play. Now, I can't knock over these bottles because there's an invisible collision here. So that's all for our video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found this helpful. And I will see you all on the next tutorial video. Bye! Whoops. Tracks all props and non-decorational shapes. Enters and exits output But if you want our little thing to only now, once you're done with that, you can, oh my god. First one is when it enters the zone. So, if I do this, oh, I missed. I missed. That's the sniper. No, I want the freaking sniper. Oh, because it's not grabbable. So that's all for a little, I missed all 5.